everyone, welcome to week 5, lecture 2. Now let us look at how the government protects businesses and work as a protector against, for example, trust, monopoly or oligopoly as a different type of the business structure, collusion within the business environment, and price fixing. Well, government as a protector protects from, as we said previously, monopoly. Now, monopoly is from a business structure where there is only one major player within an industry, generating the massive profit in the process. They provide one product to the market. Consumers have no choice other than to purchase the product that is available, which basically leads to conclusion that the economy, business itself, does not achieve economies of scales in the production, nor that the consumers are paying the best possible price in the marketplace. More competition, more companies, of course, will bring the price subsequently down, and the companies will aim to achieve the economies of scales in their production. But how it's done? Well, it's also important to say that in some situation, that monopoly can be actually done by government. So the government does not want any additional competition. In Australia, in 1995, the only one company was providing telecommunication services. It was Telstra, and Telstra at the time was owned by government. Interesting to say, at the time, 1995 was the year that I arrived to Australia, and at that time, in order to call my parents overseas, I was paying $5 Australian per minute to talk to them. Today, it's for free, so we know what competition does when it comes into the marketplace, and the size and the number of competitors will definitely drive the affordability of the product or the service down. Now, government will aim in today's business environment, global business environment, will aim to dismantle monopoly. Sometimes organization will form the trust and they will aim to push the rest of the competition, predominantly from overseas competition out of the business in order to form some form of monopoly. If they don't do so, then they are left with oligopoly. What is an oligopoly? It's basically a couple of companies operating within a specific market. In Australia, currently, we do have oligopolistic business environment, and it's, for example, oil companies. There is only 4 big companies selling and producing, refining the oils for consumption in transportation industry. Now, itself, government needs to pay a great deal of attention to possible formation of collusion among those companies, which basically they secretly organize the selling price of the product to the consumers, which subsequently leads to prices being higher than what would be normally expected. Government, through a body called ACCC, which we will discuss in a few minutes' time, aims to cut down on collusion in order to provide a best possible price for the consumer's consumption. Let us continue with the roles of the government in a business environment working as a protector. The government basically enforces legal agreements against various breaches. Breaches on, for example, contract signed between the parties. They clearly indicate who would be the one assessing any disputes between the parties in the business environment and what are the possible outcomes and consequences of breaches in those contracts. Also, they will avoid any form of disputes inside a rental agreements, so hiring of the business space for the sole purpose of operating from the specific location, whether to provide or manufacture the products for a consumer's consumption. Breaches in warranty given by organization. Organization itself use the warranty as the augmented component of their product offerings in order to increase their competitiveness inside the marketplace. So we've seen over the last 10 years or so a massive increase in warranty in car industry. Some companies are offering 7-year warranty, like for example Kia, and we've seen in recent times some other companies are even going further, offering 10 years warranty on specific parts of the vehicles that they sell. So government makes sure that those warranties are honored in order to protect the consumers from false advertising. Government also serves as a protector of the intellectual property, a massive topic, very, very powerful worldwide, and a lot of governments are very much stepping up with the policies that will enhance and protect intellectual property such as a copyright, patent, and the trademarks. They are all very similar, but at the same time, very, very different. Let us have a look now at the different form of intellectual property rights. The first one is copyright. Basically, it's a legal right given to artists on the work that they've created. Now, in some countries around the world, you are given up to 70 years to keep that right as original creator of the intellectual property. Of course, as we know, 70 years is a fairly long time, pretty much for the lifetime of the artist being alive. That right is given solely to them. Next one is a patent, a legal grant to a sole right of the for ownership of the invention. So anyone who would like to use that particular aspect will need to get a consent in written form from the sole owner of the patent design. And the last one is a trademark. It's basically a name, symbol, tagline, logo that identifies your brand from the rest of the competition. Very powerful thing and very specific thing for big global players in the marketplace, which allows them to distinguish themselves from the rest of the competition. We've seen the trademarks given onto even a counter of the bottle. Pepsi and Coke were having a war on design of each of those particular bottles, respective to each particular brand. Of course, name, symbol are just some of those basic ones we've seen in recent times. Cadbury putting a trademark of the purple color of their product range. Now, what we do need to understand, there are different enforcements and punishment for breaching each one of those, which we'll talk later on. Until next video, take care, stay safe.